We're on.
We're rolling. Let's do it.
Yeah, no, we got to get
What's today?
right and ready.
Today's
the
fucking
28th.
August the 28th, 2022. Shit. This is our fourth or fifth time of us being on the show.
Fifth episode.
time.
Fifth
God
appearance
damn.
from you. we got to kick it off right. Damn.
Yeah.
Got to kick it off right.
You, motherfucker.
Nothing like it.
You got to live through the kickoff, too.
No, I will. I'm going to see the kickoff through. I'm like Devin Hester. Ain't no stopping me.
Dude, you sound more like fucking Josh Gordon, you know?
Damn. Yeah. No. I'm definitely not Devin Hester.
No.
Not a very good comparison.
We need to have an episode where we just talk about just Madden characters. His 100 speed in what was that, 2008? That was some serious shit. That was good.
He was unstoppable there one game.
Unstoppable, yeah.
I mean, he's the best returner. You know what I mean? Like, he's the best returner of all time. He should be unstoppable.
He's the best of all time, isn't he?
Without question. Most kickoff and punt return touchdowns. I mean, there's no... Dude, teams would go for it on 4th and long rather than punt it to him. Like, he was a different animal. He's the greatest of all time, without question. I always loved Devin Hester because one of my good buddies back home, he's a big Falcons guy. And so we would always, I mean, I was aware of Devin Hester fucking right when he came onto the scene.
So I didn't even know he played for the Falcons first.
No, actually, I'm missing. He played for the Bears first. I got to know him because he played for the Bears, and I'm a big Packers fan. So he played for I would see him play twice a year at least if I didn't watch any other Bears games. But I mean, I'm not just dying to watch a Bears game,
Yeah, I
guess
guess
he started out with them, and he was a killer with them, and he was a killer with the Falcons. He wasn't with the Falcons for very long, maybe a couple of years. I'm not sure.
Shit,
then he went to he went to somebody else. He went to the Seahawks, I think, for a minute. Maybe like a year. He didn't retire with the Falcons. He retired with somebody else.
What do you think about them starting? They're going to start Geno Smith instead of your favorite quarterback, Drew Lock.
Dude, how bad would you feel?
Bad. Oh, yeah.
Imagine how bad you would feel if you were Drew Lock right now. Like, you should be the guy. On paper, it makes the most sense for Drew Lock to be the guy. I mean, he was a starting quarterback last year for the Broncos. I mean, and Geno Smith. I mean, when's the last time Geno Smith played a full season? And believe me, when he did play a full season, boy, did he fucking suck. So, like, for the Seahawks to go with Geno Smith over Drew Lock, I mean, that has to feel shitty. It just has to.
Didn't Geno Smith? There's always been like a fucking season or two that Russell Wilson would just be like hurt to start the year, and Geno Smith would get like the first couple starts of the season. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's never been like a full season, and he's always like okay,
Yeah.
But except he's you'll win 50% of your games with him, which is obviously not very good, but like I think it's a fair like. He's kind of like he's a few steps down from like a Ryan Tannehill, like
he's quite a few steps down from Ryan Tannehill. But here's the thing: I'm talking all this shit about him. I'm talking about New York Jets, Geno Smith. Back when he was the starter. That's where we've seen Geno Smith play the most, and he was ass.
Yeah, fucking to correct my 50% statement, I think he can win you 50% of games if he's like. If he plays for like 6 games,
See, that's the interesting thing. See, in my head, I think about Geno on the Jets, and he fucking sucked. It was a terrible team. It was the fucking Jets.
He was also really young then, though. I feel like, He
was. I mean that was a long time ago. He played for the Jets from 2013 to 2016. So like
That
it
was his
has been
rookie
some
year,
time.
right?
Yeah, his rookie year.
That was his rookie and everything. He started with the Jets. Yeah.
Yeah, he bounced around a little, but he's been at the Seahawks for 3 years now, and this last season was the last time that it's the first time he played more than fucking like 2 games a season in a minute. He got to play in 4 games and start in 3, and he was 1-2 in the games that he started in, but he had a really good performance in like I don't know if it was all of those games, but for those 4 games that he played in, he had 103 passer rating, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. He rushed in for a touchdown, so 6 total touchdowns, 1 interception. He threw for 702 yards in 4 games, 3 that he started in. So he played really well.
I'm
Is
pretty
what I'm
sure
saying.
I'm pretty sure I had him on my fantasy team last year on one of my fantasy teams, and like I had Russell Wilson, he got hurt, and
Yeah.
I threw fucking Geno in there, and he was No, I remember him having like a decent stat line. He fucking maybe he's like how old is he now? Like fucking 32 or some shit.
He is 31.
Maybe fucking 31's the year.
Maybe. He's definitely not too old. I mean, he's getting older, obviously, but you can ball out at 31. Tom Brady's balling out at fucking 50.
45. Oh yeah, 40. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah,
Whatever age he is.
He's old as a bitch, but still, I did see. I think he's like 45. He said some shit about the other day because he like missed practices, and he's like, I have shit to do. He's like, I'm 45 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Tom Brady skipping a practice is not the fucking worst thing in the world.
I mean, think about it. What are you probably doing in the preseason? Like, you're probably running around doing a lot more like team building shit. Like, you all know how to play football. You're learning a playbook. It's like, dude, he's fucking Tom Brady. This guy needs to fucking like. He is football.
Yeah, he's literally 45 years old. I don't think he needs to practice all that much.
It's funny.
He's learned everything he's going to learn,
Dude, A-Rod said that shit last year when they were, I think it wasn't last year. Yeah, last year was his holdout year or some shit. And he was like, they were like, are you not worried about like getting ready for the season? He's like, I can walk out there whenever and be fine, And it's just what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause they're great quarterbacks. They don't have to go to practice every single day to be great quarterbacks.
They've been doing it for like most people, like some people are fucking getting ready to retire around Tom Brady's age, a little bit older, People who are like masters of like some kind of fucking trade.
Yeah. A-Rod and Brady have been doing it a long time. I mean, that was the whole framing of like the playoffs last year. It's like you had Brady and Rodgers in the NFC, and then you had Mahomes and Josh Allen in the AFC.
Dude, fuck the Bills.
You're not a fan of the Bills?
No, I'm not a fan of the Bills. I liked the Bills, but they fucking that punter, dude. You see that shit?
Oh, yeah, Matt Araiza.
Yeah, dude. They found out like a month before, and then they were like a month later, they were like, yeah, we're cutting the other guy and making him the starter.
Yeah, I saw that.
What the fuck? Like, that's a terrible decision. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah,
this
is obviously, yeah, he's fucked. He's screwed. He is gonna get fucked up.
As he should.
He did some fucked up shit. So he's gonna get fucked up. Like he will not be punting for the Bills this whole season. Like he's gonna be gone pretty soon, probably. I mean, I read what he did. It's really fucked up. Brought this girl back to a room. She was drinking real hard. She was 17 too, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. She was drinking a lot. They drugged her. They slipped something in her drink, and he brought her back up to a room, and there was like 3 other dudes waiting there.
Terrible.
It's absolutely awful. And I mean the fact that they knew about it and still was like, oh yeah, no, he's our guy. Why do you want him? Why would you even want him to be your guy? They should just cut their losses with him. Sign another punter. You can't find another punter.
They cut
Is it
their
that
other
hard?
punter.
Yeah, they cut the other guy. They had another punter. You know, they didn't need to do what they did, but they deliberately ignored what he did and still made him the starting punter. It's ridiculous.
He'll probably never play again, which is fair. I think it's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
He might. Probably
Yeah.
not, though. I don't know. They're letting old Deshaun Watson,
Deshaun. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Deshaun,
there's still stuff going on there, though, isn't there? Like the NFL is appealing and they want him suspended the whole season. Is that still going on, or did they?
I think they just did their appeal thing. I thought they said that they were going to do. I thought he had like 11 weeks now.
Oh, really? Damn, I might have missed
it. Yeah, because it was 6, and then they were like, no. Which is also dog shit. It needs to be more,
Definitely needs to be more.
It needs to be a whole season.
I don't really. Yeah, minimum needs to be a whole season.
It kind of needs to be.
I would not mind. I wouldn't mind not seeing him play again. To tell you the truth, I don't give a fuck.
These predators out here, man, fuck them. There's other people out there. There's a million people out there who dream of being in the NFL, and you're gonna let some scumbag pieces of shit. Now it's not like Josh Gordon, fucking. Since we mentioned him earlier, whatever. And sometimes you get into other shit, and like nothing's perfect, but like if you fucking assault women, you don't really fuck it. We just need to like draw a hard line, You can't be physically violent with people unless you're like a, fucking. It's one thing. I don't know. I think about what's his name. What's that? Was not Shane Leckler. What was the fucking? What's the old Raiders kicker for a long time?
Oh,
Sebastian Janikowski, bro. He was always a drunk fuck.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's Irish though. So what do you fucking expect?
Yeah, it's kind of just what he's gonna do. I don't remember what he did specifically. I don't remember. I can't remember. I do remember him being someone who liked to drink, but I don't remember what he did. Yeah, I just don't. Well, like the NFL is in a weird spot, right? Because they allow like other players that have done awful shit to play, and then a new player does something awful, comes out, done something horrific, and then they're in this weird spot because they let other people play. We could spend we could spend the next couple hours, naming athletes that have done fucked up shit and then still played. We could go on and on. We could mention all sorts of people. So it's like they need to draw a line, obviously. But where do they draw that line? Because, just me personally, I would not mind not seeing Deshaun Watson ever play again. I think it's just it's too many women.
It's too many. It's a weird thing too. Wasn't he trying to have him play with his asshole or some shit?
Oh, I don't even know.
It was some weird shit. It wasn't just it was just
Pressuring women to do that kind of stuff is not good. You should not do that. That's not.
No, and there was massage shit. It's like, dude, you're literally in the fucking NFL. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, you don't. There's just no excuse for it, really. You mentioned Tom Brady earlier, and I know we're going to talk about more important shit here in a minute, but we were talking just before recording, and the NFL is releasing their top 100 this week.
Yeah.
Past couple weeks, however long they've been doing it, and they've finally gotten down to the top 10 today, and Tom Brady is number 1, and I think that's ridiculous.
Why so?
You think he's the best? You think he's the best player in the NFL right now?
Well, last season, isn't that what that's based off of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think, number 2 is Aaron Donald, and I would definitely put Aaron Donald on top of Tom Brady. Aaron Donald is a better player. He's a better.
I'll be real. That's totally reasonable. I fucking think I might agree with you. I don't have that much of an argument.
That's what I'm saying. Tom Brady's Tom Brady, but he didn't he got kicked out of the playoffs. The Buccaneers had they had a good record, of course, but he's 45. He's not the best player in the NFL.
Oh,
Number
that's
one
bullshit.
out of
No, he's
everybody.
definitely he can be. He's
Yeah,
top 3 every year.
yeah. I don't mind seeing him in the top 10, top 3, top 5, but I see him at number 1, and it's like, really though? I mean, so Aaron Donald was number 2. Aaron Rodgers was number 3. He is who I would put at number 1. A little biased, but
I think Aaron Donald's number 1 because you can't be number 1 if you don't win a Super Bowl.
I don't hate that. I don't hate Aaron Donald being 1 and then Aaron Rodgers being 2. I think that's
Tom
fine.
Brady's 3. I think that's probably fair too.
I'll accept that.
I know you're biased as fuck, but
you are too. Shut the fuck up.
No,
you love Tom Brady. Get out of here,
dude. When I was young, I used to never play Madden. I used to never draft him on my little, your shit because I never wanted to lose with him. I'd feel guilty. Big Tom Brady.
That's funny. You felt like you were disrespecting.
I was disrespecting the god.
Yeah. No, I feel that. Just to go down the top top 10 here. A-Rod at 3, Cooper Kupp at 4.
That's fair.
Who am I looking for? Oh yeah, Jonathan Taylor at 5.
He's a beast.
He's great. Everyone, I've been seeing so much fantasy football shit on my timeline that everyone is picking Jonathan Taylor at number 1.
Oh yeah, that seems smart.
And I mean, he is he's a monster. So, and he's only going to get better, which is awesome. I know I like him. I'm a big fan. I like running backs that fucking just ball out and do awesome shit.
He's built for it too. He's a beast. He's from Wisconsin, right, or Nebraska? I get the two mixed up.
I cannot remember.
Fucking dude, he was just he was the shit there. They were just this guy's fucking obviously better than everyone he ever plays against. Sometimes people just got it, and it translates over immediately. Running back is one of those positions I feel like translates instantly.
Yeah, I think you're right. It definitely did with Jonathan Taylor, but I do feel like if you're a good running back in college, you'll probably do pretty good in the NFL. I mean, why wouldn't you?
You're really just looking for fucking reps and not getting hurt is all it takes to fucking be a good running back in the NFL. And a decent, you have to be in a decent offensive line. Other than that, if you have 3 of those, if you get reps, you have a decent offensive line, and you get a decent fucking, what was the other thing I said? I don't know, fucking game plan and shit like that. You should get you some yards. The rest that separates it is just like the Jonathan Taylor versus the fucking, I don't know, average guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think about TJ Watt?
No.
Yeah. He's
number 6.
Belongs up there for sure.
Defensive player of the year. Comes in at number 6. Makes a lot of sense. What were you going to say?
I was going to go off on a tangent and ask you about what you thought about J.K. Dobbins, but that's okay. We'll save that because he's coming back and everything.
I like him. I'm a fan.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
He's dope. He's quick as fuck.
Yeah.
He's good on Madden.
What was his injury he just had? I don't even know.
I don't know. I knew he was injured, but I have no idea with what. He's super young.
Yeah. No, he's good.
Just came into the league a minute ago. But I think he's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that could, if as long as his he's got to bounce back from that injury. But
I was thinking about guys who came. Well, didn't he? I don't know. He came in around the time of Jonathan Taylor, if not the same draft class, and it's didn't Jonathan Taylor also have a big fucking injury and came back from? I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe I'm fucking wrong.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know.
But either way, I feel like it's another thing with running backs is you can come back from injuries, but at the end of the day, we always talk about this shit, there is definitely a fucking life no, that sounds morbid, but there's a fucking there's a time, you can only go so many reps.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. Running backs are usually only really good, in their peak for a couple years, 2-3 years max.
Yeah.
And then they kind of start to slide off.
If you can be a running back that stays relevant for 6 years in a row, or for 6 years in like a 10-year span, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Patrick Mahomes, number 8.
That's pretty good. I don't know.
Makes a lot of sense. Just kind of obvious. I don't know. He's got to be in there somewhere. Yeah, I mean, that's as good a spot as any other fucking spot. Jalen Ramsey, number 9.
A beast.
I like that. It's just fucking, I mean, he's not in your top 10, really. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean.
And Travis Kelce, number 10.
I don't know about that. That seems more controversial.
In a couple of years past, I feel like that would have been like a no-brainer. You know, he was the best tight end in the game for a while there, but is he now? Some other guys have kind of, really shown out.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about like the top 100, well, I mean, we're talking about specifically the top 10 players in the league. I don't know that Travis Kelce is one.
Who do they have? Who's like 11 through 15?
Let me see. Oh man, I don't know why they did this, but they started going out of order at like 10. I don't see 11 or 12 anywhere.
That's ugly.
That's ugly. What the fuck? I swear to God, Kelsey's number 10. I'm on Twitter if anyone wants to fucking go see this bullshit. So they go from number 10, Kelsey, to number 13, Josh Allen. Like there's no who is 10 through 12.
I think Josh Allen's better than Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right.
He does more for his team.
Yeah, I cannot find this fucking top 10 anywhere else, and it fucking infuriates me that they would do this, that they would not release them all in order. This is some nonsense. Absolute fucking clownery. The highest order.
I feel like maybe I shouldn't hate on Travis Kelce so much because there's not a tight end that's better really right now. Gronk's gone.
That's true.
So maybe, I mean, yeah, you could throw him in your top 10 if you wanted to, but I feel like it's definitely like there's a lot of people who are as good as him.
I feel like it's a little high.
It's a little high.
Oh, yeah, no, I found the whole list now. We're fucking balling. Number 11, Myles Garrett.
Dangerous specimen.
I'd put Myles Garrett above Kelce.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, number 12. I'd also put Derrick Henry above Travis Kelce.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's for sure top 10.
Yeah. Josh Allen, 13, like we said. Trent Williams, 49ers, number 14. I mean, he's good. What do you want him to do? He's an offensive tackle. I mean, that's fine.
That's what an offensive tackle needs to do.
Yeah. He gets paid the big bucks for a reason. Tyreek Hill, number 15.
Yeah.
I don't hate that at all. He's dope. What if him and Tua ball out this year?
That'd be something.
And Jarvis Landry?
That's good.
Wait, hold on. Did Jarvis Landry go to the fucking... No, he's on the Saints.
He's on the Saints.
Damn. Who went to the fucking... There was someone else. There was Tyreek Hill and somebody else. Jalen Waddle is really good.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if he's the one I'm thinking of, but they've got some wide receivers over there in Miami. Micah Parsons is number 17, and Justin Jefferson is Micah Parsons is 16. Justin Jefferson is 17. Two guys that I really like that I might have. Well, I don't know. It gets tough when you get into that top 15, but I might have put both of them a little higher.
I put Micah Parsons way higher. He's defensive player of the year. Could have been. Actually, should have been.
Yeah, he's dope. I think. I definitely would have put him higher. I don't know. There's some other. I mean, we could talk about great fucking current NFL players all day, and there's some good people down on the list too. I mean, those are two that stuck out to me. Joe Burrow is 21. George Kittle is 22. Jamar Chase is 24. Nick Bosa 25. Stephon Diggs 26. I mean, there's great players all up in there.
It's good shit. It's good fucking. Yeah, no, it's exciting. It's a great time to be a fucking sports fan.
Yeah.
Basketball's
And
popping, football's popping.
as of the time we're recording this, the next NFL game that is played will count. Regular season. That's the next pro football that we have.
That's
regular
good.
fucking season. And I am ready for it. I've been missing that shit so much. College ball too, man. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I like all of it.
I'm
I'm just ready to watch some football again. You know?
It is
because
good
football
shit.
you have on like 4 days of the week, you know, and it's just great. Every week you have football on fucking all 4 days, and it's awesome. It's great. UFC, like right now, what do we have? We have martial arts. Martial arts. If you get a good week, you'll have like high level martial arts on like 3 days out of the week.
You get like
but like you don't get that every week.
Yeah.
Sometimes you only get one a week.
So this week I guess there was like one. What was on this weekend? There was some shit on Friday. I missed it, but I saw some big fucking knockout. Yeah.
One FC was on. UFC was not. I don't know if Bellator had anything, but like so that's kind of just what you get. I mean, you'll get 1 to 3 MMA events a week that are like high level, and like there's always shit on. But there's no UFC on Saturday. And it's the summer. NBA's not in. NFL's so fucking close. You don't have nothing else, man. You might have some boxing on Saturday. But that's about it, man.
I can't get into boxing. I don't know the people involved. There's too many champions and shit,
Yeah, I understand that. That makes sense. There's a lot of weight classes, a lot of champions, and then like it's pretty easy to keep up with the UFC because they have. I'm not going to do math in my head. They have less than 15 weight classes right now. They're like 11 or 12. So it's, like keeping up with all of them is kind of hard, but like keeping up with, I feel like most casual fans keep up with maybe like lightweight and up, like real fucking, I mean, I'm talking like the mainstream public, they're really only going to catch a glimpse of like lightweight and up. I mean, maybe, they might dip down into some little shit, I mean, Volkanovski's dope. I'm sure some people, it's just not, most people are not keeping up with all the weight classes like somebody who is obsessed with martial arts like me is.
I think it's like, it depends on who the champ is and what division, if they're worth watching.
Yeah.
Because like, who's the fucking current light heavyweight champ?
Yuri Prochazka. He beat Glover Teixeira.
How old is he?
To win the title. Prochazka?
Yeah.
29.
I'm trying to think. Who's that? There's some older guy who fights bent over real fucking funny.
At light heavyweight?
Is he light heavyweight? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Are you talking about Glover Teixeira?
Maybe that's who it is.
I don't know. I mean, he doesn't really fight all that bent over, but he is 42, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm
thinking.
That
was the champ. Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
I guess he kind of does now that I think about it.
So like him, he's not fucking exciting to watch, I mean, maybe he is because his age, but like, he's not just out there fucking just doing. I mean, maybe just the shit that I've only seen him fight like 2 times.
Yeah, he's also not going to come on the show anymore.
Yeah, no, he's for sure not.
Not that it was in the plans before, but no, he's definitely not. He just submits people,
He just submits people,
which is. I mean, I like it,
I mean, it's good if you're like a fan and everything like that. If you appreciate the sport, but if you're somebody who like is only watching like because who Conor McGregor is,
like they want to see knockouts. That's what it is.
They just want to see knockouts. They want somebody talking shit. They don't want somebody who's like a good fucking a good
He
dude.
takes people down and lays on them for a minute and then
Yeah,
sinks into submission.
yeah.
You just don't,
Like,
I mean, I like that, but the average fan,
yeah.
they
I
want
mean,
to see
it's good.
Conor McGregor fucking piece somebody up,
It's also the kind of sport where you don't want the good guy to win. You don't want the hero to win. It's like it's all villains. Everybody's a fucking villain. It's like
Yeah.
there's no like you want him to talk shit. You want him to be a piece of shit. Where it's football, it's like people are like, oh, Tim Tebow's so fucking great, back in the day and shit. No, he fucking loves Jesus and he kneels and shit. And it's like, no, you would expect Tim Tebow if he got an octagon to get his shit rocked,
Yeah. I mean, some of the champs are nice guys. I mean, Francis Ngannou is known as a pretty good dude.
Yeah, but he doesn't
Gary
look like a pretty
Prohaska is
good
a
dude.
good guy. Oh,
I mean, I mean,
dude, if you saw him coming your way down the street, you'd fucking cross the street.
yeah, no, he's one of
Just in case.
he's one of those guys who's
He's
nice because he knows he's dangerous,
yeah.
But
he
like,
just he knows he can fuck anyone up, so he doesn't care what people say about him. He doesn't take shit personally because he can fuck them up.
he just fucks their shit up. Yeah, dude.
I love him.
Yeah.
He needs to
No,
fight again like soon.
what is it? When's he fighting again? What's
Man, they don't have an opponent for him. I think they're looking at Stipe, they're looking at John Jones. They're probably not going to go with the winner of next weekend is Ciryl Gane and Tai Tuivasa. I don't think it'll be one of those guys, but if it was, I'd be all right with that. Ciryl Gane did just lose though, so if he beats Tai Tuivasa, then neither of them are going to get a shot. But if Tai Tuivasa goes in there and knocks out Ciryl Gane and then does a shoey, they're going to give him a title shot. Maybe. If John Jones isn't ready, if he's still fucking around.
Is this the best tie? Like, is this the best, highest Tai Tuivasa has climbed so far in his career? Has he been here before?
No, man. He actually, I think he got cut at one point and then came back. And no, he definitely did. He got cut for a minute.
Dude,
And he
I'd
came
love
back
it if
and he just started knocking people out,
I want him to fucking come back. I want him to have a shot against Francis. I want him to fucking I'm a fan. That's kind of what I thought his story was. He's awesome. I think I've only been watching him since he's been fucking knocking people out.
Oh, he didn't get cut. I'm thinking of somebody else. No, he's been in the UFC this whole time. Damn, I thought he got cut for some reason. He went through a losing streak there for a minute.
A losing streak.
So that might be what I'm thinking of. He did. He lost 3 in a row, but since losing 3 in a row, he's gone 5-0, 5 knockouts. None of his fights have gone past the second round.
When was the first one?
The first of that win streak?
Yeah.
2020. He knocked out Stefan Struve with 1 second left in the final round.
And what day was that in 2020?
October 24th.
Okay. I was for sure watching UFC then.
It was
paying attention to everything.
This is a better way. Oh, dude, it was when Khabib fought Justin Gaethje. It was on that pay-per-view. So it makes sense that you would have seen it.
It's possible me and you both watched that one.
Yeah, I think so. It was also the first fight, or not the first fight, the last fight of the prelims. It was heavyweights, so pretty good chance we caught that one. Anytime heavyweights come on, whatever you're doing, you kind of just you stop and you go in and watch them fight.
Because you don't expect it to last long. If it goes past the second round, it's possible that you go back to whatever you were doing. Stop watching.
Especially if they're both
gassed,
exhausted. They're not, just, but high level heavyweights, you don't really get that with. But man, there were so many bad heavyweight fights. I started watching in 2010, and in the 2000s, you would get heavyweights that just after one round they just gassed out and they were terrible. And even into the 2010s, you would get that from guys. it's still prevalent. Like there's still heavyweights that gas out in the first round, but like they're not going to climb the rankings.
No, they don't make it.
You know, yeah, they get weeded out eventually. They get caught up. They start getting exhausted. They never improve the cardio, and so they just don't advance. Like if you want to compete for the title, and honestly, if you want, I mean, you don't even have to be a champion to fight in a main event. You know, and you've got to go 5 rounds if you're fighting in a main event. So, like, if you're in the top 10, you've got to be at top 15. You've got to be able to go 25 minutes.
What's the dude's name who just got fucking hurt real bad? He was about to get. He either had a title shot or was about to get a title shot, and his knee just gave on him.
Shit.
His dad always comes to his shit.
Let's see. He had his knee injured. He was about to fight for a title.
He was heavier guy. He was losing weight every fucking time he was fighting. Or he was getting in better shape. I don't know if he was losing weight. I think he's either heavyweight or light heavyweight.
Oh shit, dude! You're talking about Tom Aspinall, I think.
Yes, I am. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
There we go.
What weight class is he?
Yeah, well, he's a heavyweight, man.
He's a heavyweight. Dude. And who was he about to fight when he got hurt?
Curtis Blades?
Yes. Yes, it was Curtis Blades. If he had beat Curtis Blades, I think him having a title shot would have been legit. Or him fighting old Tuivasa would have been dope.
Yeah. I think that would have been the move. Either one of those two. Because, I mean, Tom Aspinall's looked so good in his fights as of late. I mean, he's finished everyone he's fought inside the UFC before, getting injured against Curtis Blades. And, it just kind of
we need to get his ass on the show.
Dude. Aspinall?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to talk to Aspinall. That would be great.
Do you think he would ever drop down to light heavyweight?
No, I think he's too big. I just don't think he would do it.
I mean, every time I see him fight, he's got his physique is better,
Yeah, but he still fights heavy. Like he fights on the heavier end of the heavyweight scale. Like I think he fights in the 250s. He doesn't get up to 65. Those are for the real big boys. It's like Ngannou cutting down from 300 or whatever he's doing. I think Aspinall fights in the 250s, maybe the 240s. He has improved his physique, but I don't think he's really losing weight. I think he's just fucking getting in better shape.
Yeah, I mean, no, definitely. But I mean, at some point, if you're fucking getting in better shape that way, you could probably start cutting shit out, and then you'd be a light heavyweight,
I think he'd really give people problems at light heavyweight if he could cut down that far.
I was just also thinking
is good.
The competition's not as hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely tougher at heavyweight. I mean, look at how the title's been bouncing around at light heavyweight.
Yeah.
It was with Jan Blachowicz, and then it was Glover and Yuri. I mean, they're kind of trading it back and forth.
Yeah, no. Tom Aspinall would run them motherfuckers.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Heavyweight's great right now.
We're never going to get any of them motherfuckers on the show if I keep on talking shit.
Yeah, we have to stop talking shit about good MMA fighters.
They would all beat the fuck out of me. They would beat me senseless.
Yeah, it's a good thing I don't do these podcasts in person because it'd be really dangerous.
Oh, it'd be very dangerous. Yeah.
Not that I'm super abrasive, but it just wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be good for you. You've been talking shit. I haven't been talking any shit.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm no dumbass. Fucking what'd you fucking put out in the tweet? Because we got other shit to talk about.
Yeah, it's funny. So I I mean, for the listeners, I put out the promotional tweet for this podcast 4 hours ago, and I typed out 3 things that I thought we might talk about, and we're 40 minutes in, and we've not gotten to any of them. Not a single one. And then you texted me a set of things we could talk about that was completely different than the ones that I had mentioned in my tweet. So
I don't think we've hit any of them three either.
we haven't hit anything at all other than UFC and the NFL. It's been very sports centric.
It has been I don't know if our audience is a sports audience. How do we tie
Well,
this in? Aaron
Athletes.
Rodgers thinks COVID is fake. No, not really. Maybe a little bit though.
Did you listen to his podcast on Rogan's show?
Yeah, I listened to some clips. I didn't really dive in real deep.
Yeah. I threw it on, but it was like in the background, so I caught chunks of it. And they spend like the first half hour talking about COVID. I don't know. Then they started getting into like how the NFL was approaching the whole situation and like how they were treating vaccinated people versus unvaccinated people.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It was kind of like strange as everything else was, annoying.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that the NFL did does not look very good in hindsight.
But hindsight's always 20/20. But
yeah.
A lot of people were paying more attention, when it wasn't hindsight. When it was, I don't know what the fucking opposite of hindsight is. Forward sight.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, they yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can forgive some people for some shit, but like if you were advocating for lockdowns like last year, you were not doing a good thing.
Like shut the fuck up.
Actually, this is a fucking great way to tie in a topic we were actually supposed to talk about. Charlie Crist won the primary down in Florida, gubernatorial primary. He beat Nikki Fried, beat her by a lot, a large margin. I don't know the margin offhand, but it was a large margin. We have often poked fun at Nikki Fried and her
clownery.
Campaigning.
Yeah, her campaigning. Yeah.
Yeah, her clownery, her ridiculousness, and she did all this shit, man. I mean, we've poked fun at her many times, as many people have. People calling her out on her shit and everything, and she's also not going to come on the show. But she also got smoked. I mean, she got smoked in that primary by a guy that like wouldn't even really debate her. Maybe they had like one debate.
She can come on the show, dude. She's got a lot of free time now.
Yeah, she ain't got nothing else going on. She's got to go into work every day with the guy that she tried to defeat and didn't even get past the first stage. She didn't even enter phase 2. Talk shit about him all the time. I mean, sucks for her, but Charlie Crist is the guy. Oh shit, how was I going to tie this in? Oh yes, no, I remember. No, I'm on it. Charlie Crist has picked his lieutenant governor candidate that he's going to run with, and I can't remember her name. It's terrible, but
she's a Momo too, isn't she?
Yeah, she's terrible. She was a teacher. She was the head of a teachers union there somewhere in Florida. Also, don't remember where. And she did all this crazy shit. She like went outside this school board meeting and she had hearses pull up and that had pictures of. I think they had pictures of Ron DeSantis. Yeah, they had pictures of DeSantis on them, and they were like talking about how this was going to kill a whole bunch of people and all this ridiculousness. And never mind the fucking COVID ridiculousness, although we could talk about that forever. There's a picture of her standing with a guy, former teacher. He doesn't teach anymore because he was raping kids.
Dude, we're going to have to put we might have to put a little trigger warning on this podcast.
Oh, it's going to be marked explicit.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. All of my podcasts are marked explicit except for 2 of them.
Oh, that's good.
Most of them are because of me, but that's fine.
That's fine.
So yeah, she took a picture with this guy that was abusing children, and they were standing under a sign that says like, the whatever teacher union keeps kids safe. And she's posing with this guy that was abusing kids for a decade. And if I was an advisor to Charlie Crist in his campaign, I would have picked somebody else.
You know what he needs
I
to
don't
do?
know about you.
Why don't he just go talk to the FBI? Then they'll just shut it down.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what, you get. It's easy. You just need to make a phone call.
Yeah, one little phone call.
One little phone call gets things removed off Twitter, Facebook.
It
God damn it! I can't find my
astonishes
motherfucker.
me. Oh no.
My lighter is missing. I'm fucking in crisis
that's
mode.
tragic. That is as awful as things can get on one of our podcasts.
Yeah, it's pretty chill. No real problems around here.
Yeah. Dude, is it not fucking embarrassing that the Florida Democrats could not come up with two better candidates than Nikki Fried and Charlie Crist? Nikki Fried, I don't even want to really talk about her anymore. She lost the primary. Don't have to. But Charlie Crist is literally a former Republican. He was governor of Florida when he was a Republican and a former independent. So, like, the Democrats' best option for trying to take out Ron DeSantis is not even a longtime Democrat.
I think that's
long-time Republican.
It's probably their best choice.
Yeah, I think so too. But it's not going to work. They still have no chance. I mean, Fried, Crist, whoever they wanted to put up was going to lose. Ron DeSantis has cracked the code to like fighting the culture war and getting conservatives riled up, but also like doing a lot of undeniably dope shit.
I mean, that's fair. That's true. I'm not saying I think Crist has a fucking chance in hell. I'm just saying, like, I think one thing that voters see that, like, people who are into politics and, like, paying attention to shit don't fucking think about is most people aren't fucking ever paying attention and they'll vote for whoever the fuck. Like, there's that whole thing, it's easy to win a second term as president. It's much easier than the first because, like, we didn't all die,
Yeah. We
so,
took the presidency out for a test ride.
And Chris has literally done it before as a Republican. If people are like, well, I like that Florida better than the current Florida, there's always those old school people who are like conservative and shit. And like, but they also like, they're not into like the younger, like business type of shit. They're more into like just old school, and they don't want new shit coming up around them.
Yeah. No, that's definitely a thing. And I do think that Charlie Crist he was the Democrats' best option that they had. I'd love to have him on the show, personally.
He needs to come on the show. He needs all the publicity he can get.
I'll have him on. I mean, I'm pretty openly a DeSantis fan, but
yeah, I like DeSantis for sure. Hope he wins it, but
would love for him to run for president. But
it'd be the better Republican option.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like the guy, but I'd have Crist on, and it'd be a pretty smooth podcast. Wouldn't be anything wrong with it. He can come on after he loses in November.
Fucking God damn. We can go a couple routes with this. I was going to start asking you, but you want to talk about Republican candidates? You want to talk about one of our other fucking topics?
Which one did you have in mind?
Mike Pence is the candidate I was going to ask you about.
Oh.
The topics could be.
I think he's going to run.
Do you think he is legit? What if Trump didn't run? Does Pence have a legitimate shot?
It depends on who else hops in. If DeSantis hops in, then no.
You don't
but
think?
If it's like it's
you don't think there's probably a lot of people who would like vote Trump and then also vote Pence. The people who aren't like into like the cult shit kind of as much, like the storm the Capitol type.
I think there's an all right amount, but I do think a lot of that Trump base left him after January 6th. Like I think they would look to somebody else, and a more Trump kind of guy would run. Or like even if DeSantis ran, I feel like a lot of those people would flock to him. Because I mean, how much do people? I mean, people love DeSantis. How much do people really love Mike Pence? Or do they just like him because he was the better alternative to Trump?
Was he a governor or was he a fucking senator?
He was governor of Indiana, and he
Okay.
was not a very popular governor. That was the whole thing. Whenever Trump picked him, he was polling in like the 30s, and people were thinking that Democrats could pick that governor seat up. He was polling so bad, and then Trump picked him, and it kind of there we go. That's good for the podcast.
Oh yeah.
And like it kind of saved his political career picking him for vice president. And I mean, I think Mike Pence was a decent enough vice president. I know Trump fans really do not like him, but he's not exactly the kind of conservative that I'd get real excited about. But there's always worse candidates out there.
Yeah, he was all right.
Yeah,
You know who's a wild one?
Pence is not the worst person who could be president.
You know a real fucking wild character? It's goddamn Steve King in Iowa.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, no, he was crazy. He's still crazy. He tweeted out something the other day. I think I sent it to you, or you sent it to me.
Absolute bonkers, fucking just straight up racist ass shit. Like not even trying to hide. Well, was it something that people would have thought if a regular person said it in the 1980s that it was racist? Probably some people. If Stephen King said it, or Steve King said it, and not to be confused with the other Stephen King, fuck it. If Steve King said it in the 1980s, they would know it was racist. If Steve King said it today, they would know it was racist. It's kind of like he's pretty shitty. I went outside and picked my fucking garden so I could fucking feel like a slave, and then I thought it was unborn children, and then I was like, oh, well, at least you got to live. What a fucking awful thing to say. What we should talk about is like we could really dive deep into it's too much to fucking add on to one show. We should for sure get into some bioethics shit about some purpose of life and living and abortion and shit like that, the morality of it all.
Yeah, we can definitely get into the morality.
I feel like we missed the fucking boat on the peak time for that though. A couple of weeks ago would have been good.
Yeah. Yeah, right in the aftermath of Roe v. Wade, because, bioethics is, it's just really interesting. There's a lot of, I bet bioethics classes right now, because school's starting back up, I bet bioethics classes right now are going crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
It's probably awesome.
They have to be wild. Yeah, it has to be a lot of fun. It has to be awesome. And that was one of the other things we were going to talk about.
Dude, I got another fucking tie-in, and this isn't something we were going to talk about. This is something I was texting you about. It's like, I was listening to a thing. The Economist had a recent little thing they were talking about, like the history of how Russia fights their wars, and how it's like, it's the trying to be you got to be the most powerful, and like they see themselves as like the most powerful, most important in like the Eurasian fucking whatever hemisphere fucking portion or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the fuck it's called. I also fucking don't exactly know what does Eurasia consist of, like all of Asia and then like Eastern Europe and shit, and like kind of that fucking Slavic area or whatever the fuck, the Baltics and shit.
I don't know. I think it includes all of it,
or all of Europe too.
Yeah, I think it's all of Europe, all of Asia. The Middle East is all in there. It's everything.
Interesting. Like the whole fucking continent.
Yeah.
Like all of them.
Yeah, like most of the world's population. Like almost all of them. It includes pretty much everything other than North America, South America, Africa, and Australia. If we're talking in terms of like where people live. That's a lot of people. China and India alone have over 2 billion in them.
That's crazy.
Wait, so how does Russia fight their wars?
Okay, yeah, how they fight their wars and the morality.
I should have watched this thing. I didn't know there was a whole thing behind it, but I should have.
Oh yeah, No, it was just a little podcast. It's like 25 minutes. I recommend anybody fucking listening, go check it out. The Economist has good shit. They have a fair amount of good free shit too, which is good. Uh, Free shit's always good. I'll take whatever if you have it for free. If you got fucking rice and mail it to me for free, I don't give a fuck. Just write on the note what it is though, fucking let me know. But like fucking no, don't really mail me anything like that. But
you don't want people to mail you rice.
No rice and like the drug, the shit that kills you.
Oh shit! I thought you said rice.
No rice. No fucking no rice either.
Wouldn't be
rice is fine.
So you're cool with people mailing you rice?
Rice is cool. Rice, like the food, that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
But ricin or however you fucking say it, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, I just thought you said rice at first. I didn't catch the other part. So this whole time I've been thinking about people mailing you rice.
You never know if you're from where we're from, if you're saying some shit that fucking is totally wrong, Like you get around people who do other shit and are from other places and they say shit and you're like, what the fuck?
You never commit to anything you say.
Yeah, no.
Damn, wait, you were going to tell me about how Russia fights their wars.
Oh, goddamn, we're going to fucking get there. So it was just some shit about like, you fucking, they send a lot of people in with no fucking training and it's like a volume thing. It's how they just do their shit. And, like, that's kind of what they're doing now and everything. And it does eventually work, but you do fucking lose out on quite a bit of people. And it's just like, it's interesting that like, and that's how a lot of the fucking, that's how their nationalists feel. Every country has their fucking nationalists and their anti-nationalists or whatever the fuck. And like the people who do believe in the country and the spirit of what the fucking country tries to do, they see that as a good thing. There's people living in Ukraine who are fucking, feel Russian. We've talked about this forever. So the podcast kind of fucking talked about like how like the fact that Ukraine fights back as much as they do means they will stay independent even if they end up being controlled by like Russia as being their main influencer at the end of all of this, or part of it is, and everything like that. They will always be Ukraine. They will be like a state within the fucking the future of what is going to be like the Soviet Union equivalent coming, the fucking new world order. They will be somewhat independent in that. It's kind of probably like a Taiwan thing, if I had to guess. I don't know, unless that's where the line is drawn for like Western influence versus fucking Eastern influence, which is a whole nother fucking discussion because Eastern influence is no longer like it. Like we're much more of a globalist society, and we've talked about it before. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast how important it is to have a nuclear weapon, and if you don't have one, to fucking get your hands on one so you'll be relevant in the world. That's not a fucking advice to the listeners, but just, or, any other fucking foreign country, might be listening to this shit. But, like, that just seems to be how, like, the shit works.
Yeah, if you don't have a nuclear weapon, you're not really, what do you bring to the table, really?
You better have an ally that's got one.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's really it. No, it's, no, I mean, you're, damn, there's so many different ways we could go with all of this shit. Yeah, like if so like with Russia and Ukraine, if Russia was to be successful in what they're doing, and I hope they're not, but if they are, they might do something kind of like they've done with like Chechnya, and make them like a semi-autonomous kind of a thing. I mean, I definitely think that's what they would do with those two regions that they really want. I can't remember what they're called. I know the name, but I can't pronounce.
The Donbass and the fucking, what's the other one? Or are there two regions within that? I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like two regions that they're really after, and I could see them doing something like that because they have a propensity to it. Like they've done it with other places. They're doing it with Chechnya right now and some other little places like that inside Russia. Or this is not going to happen with like the majority of Ukraine, but Russia is specifically pushing for like independence within those two regions that they're trying to really get a hold of. And so I could see them going the semi-autonomous route, which is what I think they, I think that's maybe most likely. I suppose Russia could just fucking annex them. That would be pretty bold, but they did do it with Crimea, so it's not impossible.
Maybe demilitarization zone would be good.
Split it up like we did with Germany.
That'd be cool. I like that kind of shit. I like when something like that exists. When you have something that exists like that, that allows for like attention to be put on something other than like big conflict. Then you have like an internal fight like within like a small area. Proxy wars, shit like that's always good. I mean, it's not good, but like
it's good. Different than like a full scale conflict.
It's different than a full scale conflict,
which is what we have like right now. Like this is worst case scenario. I don't know. I mean, best case scenario would be for Ukraine to successfully fend off this invasion and not have to give up any land. Maybe even potentially take Crimea back. Although all of that shit seems
all that
sheem. What is sheem?
God,
all of that shit seems unlikely. It just does. This is what happens when we try to have a serious podcast.
Dude,
we talk about sports for the first 40 minutes, and then we talk about world affairs.
It's good shit. It's
fucking bioethics. This is the conversation you get.
This is what you get. Show. This is how real people talk. Goddamn. Fucking. It is now goddamn 10:55 Central Time. I gotta fucking be up at goddamn 5 a.m. Central Time. Yeah. So we gotta wrap this motherfucker up.
We have officially passed the 1 hour mark. We're at an hour and 2 minutes. And I feel like we spent 40 of those minutes talking about serious stuff, and then the rest of the time talking about serious stuff.
Yeah, you're going to listen back to that. Yeah, fucking no.
Tripping over words and not remembering shit that we should probably remember, which is pretty standard. That's all par for the course. I don't know. It was good. People will listen, and some people will enjoy it. I can't guarantee that everyone who listens will enjoy it, but some people definitely will.
You know what? If they make it to the goddamn 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 52-second mark, you should fucking tweet at us, and be like, "What's up, guys? We made it."
Yeah, shoot me a message on Twitter. My DMs are open.
Yeah, we could always fucking bring another random motherfucker on the show.
Yeah, what if we just brought like a fan into the show? Good. We're having drinks. We're just having a good time talking about some bullshit. That would be a pretty good time, I feel like.
Fuck it, why not? Let's get the ball rolling. We could use some fresh ideas,
Yeah. If you're one of the 10 people that enjoys the Getting Drunk podcast that I put out, for sure, shoot me a DM and I'll get you on the show. And it's BYOB though.
It's BYOB.
I ain't sending you no fucking booze.
You should plug the fucking one guy, the wine.
Yeah, Dan Berman has a wine label out called Blood of Tyrants, and it is pretty good. It's really good, actually. I was thoroughly surprised. I will not buy a guest that comes on the show a bottle of wine, but they should get that if they
should get that. If
they were looking for recommendations.
If you buy that and you put in the coupon code fucking Bonfire Pod.
No. You're
not going to get anything.
You'll get a 404 error message.
Shit.
You'll get kicked out. The webpage won't load. It's not a thing. I don't have any sponsors, but if Blood of Tyrants Wine wanted to sponsor the podcast, that would be pretty dope.
We could name a podcast after not the podcast, but like an episode title. Be like, The fucking
Yeah. Oh, I think we could definitely rename like when we do podcasts together, because getting drunk is a terrible title for a pod. This
terrible.
is a whole fucking conversation we'll have to have off air, but it's a terrible name for a podcast, but it was the first name I came up with after we recorded our first episode, so that's what stuck, and I fucking do
Consistency.
not like it. I do not like it. I think we should change it, but I do not know what we should change it to.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's no real fucking. Yeah, we'll give that some thought off air. But yeah,
It's not even a good title because you're not a big drinker.
I'm not a big drinker.
I have drinks on the show, but you're not even a big drinker, so it's like it's not 100% accurate, and I think our listeners deserve fucking accuracy.
Sunday night rundown. If we could get it more news oriented and stick to the script.
It's so hard.
Dude,
It's so hard.
it's like
Last time we got distracted by candy bars, and this time we got distracted by the NFL and the
which
UFC.
is cool. Yeah, both good things.
That's fine. I think I don't know. I think ideally we'd start off with politics and then maybe venture into sports, but I don't know. Maybe you'll get that next episode. Maybe you won't. Maybe we'll continue to do the same shit.
Yeah, you just fucking
Maybe
until somebody gives us a legitimate fucking opinion, and then we'll fucking do whatever the first person recommends. We'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I need some feedback.
We'll respond to the feedback. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Let's wrap this up. Any last things? We will come up next time we record a podcast. We'll have a new name. We'll commit to that.
And I think we'll also we might stick to we'll for sure bring the Russia shit back up because we need to, I feel like we need to follow up with that. That's kind of some fun shit.
Yeah.
Not
we'll
fun.
do some deep dives into some interesting topics instead of rambling endlessly.
Yeah, we'll keep our initial.
Sports talk is fine, but we could make that serious too. We don't have to just ramble. We can though. I don't know.
We can, but we might.
Who even cares?
Who even gives a fuck?
Who even knows? I'm not committing to nothing actually.
No,
never changed my whole mind.
No, yeah, fuck. It's how regular
people
people
talk. Shit.
You never commit. God damn it.
Yeah.
All right, fucking.
All right, we're out.
All right, yeah. So fucking, if you've made it this far, yeah, fucking.
Oh yeah, follow. What is my Twitter handle? I should know it. Bonfire Brief Pod at Bonfire Brief Pod on Twitter, and Bonfire Briefing Podcast everywhere else on every platform you can think of. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. Go listen on every fucking platform there is. I'm on Apple Podcasts. Go listen on that. I'm out.